I've hired and trained a lot of chatters in the past couple months, and I can tell you there is a clear difference in the attitude and mentality of the top tier trainers, chatters, compared to the newbies who are not quite as acclimated to the role as the people who are doing extremely well are. Now, everybody, advances at their own pace, and everybody has their own unique lessons that they need to learn on the way to achieving whatever goal they want to achieve. But if you have the right attitude, okay, attitude is everything. If you have the right attitude, you will find a way faster than somebody who does not. I would rather hire people that have the right attitude and they have bad English and they're fucking whatever. Everything else is wrong. They don't know anything about it, which, by the way, is why I only hire new people. I only hire new people because I want people that have the right attitude. I don't care if they have experience. I don't care if they've ever done this job before. I don't care if they've ever even heard of OnlyFans. I don't care if they've ever fucking seen a naked girl. I do not care. It does not matter. What matters to me is that people have the right attitude. And the right attitude is these 5 things that I'm going to go over right now. Now, I'm not going to talk about you follow instructions and you speak English. It's not what I'm talking about. These are attitudes. Attitudes. I've worked with chatters who don't who their English is shit, and they outsell people with amazing English. Anyway, let's get into it. Number 1, they are committed to achieving their goal no matter what. Okay. You have to be committed to achieving the goal no matter what. And that means you have to set a goal, by the way. Your goal is, let's say, I don't know. In my company, I do bonuses at $500. So $500, that's a nice goal for you for the day. You should, if you sell $500 a day and you never sell $501, I will fucking kiss you at the end of the day and thank you for your job. And I'll never bother you ever about anything. You did your job, you sold $500, I'm happy. But that should be your first goal. You need to set a goal for your shift. All right. And then once you set the goal, you need to commit to achieving the goal no matter what. If you set the goal, if you say to yourself today, I'm going to sell for $500 today, and 12 hours go by and you still haven't sold for $500, guess what, motherfucker? You're committed to the goal. Go work more. That's how it is. I'm sorry. But and you don't have to be a top tier chatter. You can be an average chatter, and average chatters, they don't make as much. They get less opportunities handed their way. And, I don't know what you consider average, but the bare minimum that I'm willing to accept is a minimum of $250 in sales per day on the account. And if you're not doing that, then I don't even consider you average. So you might have to go find a job somewhere else. And it's very possible, by the way. But top tier chatters are committed to achieving their goals no matter what. So if you want to be a top tier chatter, you need to set a goal every day. My goal is this today. Doesn't have to be the same. You can set smaller goals. You can set higher goals. I'm not saying you need to set a goal that every day is going to, beat the day before, but set a goal that you can achieve, or set multiple goals. Here's the minimum that I'm willing to do. Well, I don't say that because then you'll just do the minimum. Anyway, the point is that you need to commit to achieving the goal no matter what. And this will help you in life in general, right? Let's say, forget about the daily goals. Let's say you want to make money as a chatter because your goal is to buy a house. Your goal is to buy some land. Your goal is to buy a car. Your goal is to pay off your debt, whatever. You say, I'm going to do this job. I'm going to master this job. I'm going to master it quickly so I can achieve that goal. Well, commit to the fucking goal. And if you commit to the goal, once you say, I'm going to commit to this no matter what, what's going to happen is your whole physiology is going to change, and your attitude towards the goal is going to change. You're going to almost relax. There's no more tension because you're like, I've just committed. That's it. It's going to happen because I committed. Number 2. They are committed to giving the subscriber a good experience. So you have, in order to sell in this job, in really any job, but especially with chatting, in order to sell, you need to give the sub a good experience. Now, there's all these little technical tricks. There's all these little hacks that we can talk about to help, facilitate a good experience for the sub. But you need to make sure that you are putting in the effort to make that happen. You need to commit to making it happen. You can't be like, oh, well, I guess I won't try that hard today. Or fuck this guy. I don't care about him. He didn't buy immediately. So he's a time waster and I'm not going to fucking talk to him anymore. No. Okay. I mean, over time, you'll be able to I don't even want to say this because a lot of people write off people who don't buy immediately as time wasters. But regardless, let's even say that you have a sub who's buying and he's a good sub. You still need to commit to giving him a good experience. Don't be lazy. Don't take him for granted. Don't squeeze him for money just because you know you can. Because if you give him the fucking experience of a lifetime, he will spend more. He will buy more. He will be looser with his money. And that is what you want. And it doesn't matter what you are selling. You're selling houses, you're selling cars, you're selling fucking motorcycles, you're selling, I don't even know, whatever, anything, marketing services. If you give the person that you are selling to a good buying experience, they will buy more. They will buy more frequently. And they will be more on board with whatever their obligation is as a customer. And it'll be easier for you. It'll be better for you. And it'll be more fun for you. Number 3, top tier chatters are committed to putting in the work required to do a good job. So chatting, the way that I teach it, is different than what most people teach, I believe. I don't know. I really have no idea, because I haven't looked at anybody's internal process for teaching chatters, but I can just go off of the chatting that I've seen from, 100 chatters who I didn't train, and it's all dog shit. They're all terrible. So I don't know who's teaching these people, if anybody's teaching them. If it's like the chatter central hive mind, who's like, hey babe, type this. Hey babe, I'm so horny. Terrible. The way that I teach chatting at the time of this recording is like this. In order to do a good job, and what is a good job? It's just a little bit of backtracking here. The money in chatting is made from a small amount of subs who will buy everything. The money is not made from selling $20 to 1,000 people. It's not how you make $20,000. You make $20,000 by finding 4 people who are willing to spend $5,000 each. That is how you do it. Okay. That is the secret. That is the key. Now, in order to find those people, and in order to give those people a good experience, and in order to present an opportunity for them to become that type of customer, a certain procedure needs to be followed. Maybe there's other ways to do it, but this is the way that 100% guaranteed works. And that is why I teach it. What is it? Number 1, you need to send personalized openers to every new sub. Every new sub, okay? Not a copy paste, not, hey, Jimmy234, how are you? That's a copy paste message. That's, you've put the username in there and you wrote, how are you? Okay. Send a personalized message. I have plenty of information about that. You must send a personalized message to every sub. Number 2, you must qualify the sub, meaning you must get to know the sub. You must ask the sub questions. You need to really take a genuine interest in the subscriber and figure out what makes them tick. How old are you? Where are you from? What do you do for work? Oh, really? How did you get into that? How did you start doing that? Oh, wow, that's so interesting. And then, what did you study in school? Whatever. How long have you lived in that place that you live? Do you like it there? Have you traveled anywhere recently? You need information about them, okay? The difference between you and, the difference between the model you're representing and a naked girl that he can see on Google or Pornhub is that he has the opportunity to connect with you on an emotional level. That is the difference. That is why they will buy. And if you are not taking advantage of that opportunity, then it's not going to work. I'm sorry. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. And that's what it means to do a good job. Okay. So again, qualify, a personalized opener, qualify, and then build commonalities, meaning that if the sub says, whatever the sub says about themselves, you connect that to yourself in some way. Oh, I work at a, pepper factory. Oh, really? Pepper? Yeah, every time I eat pepper, it's too spicy for me. I can't eat spicy food. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it's just some sort of linkage between what they said and yourself in some way. And all of that stuff requires work. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to type out the messages. You're going to have to get to know these motherfuckers. You're going to have to build the commonalities. That is how to do it. That is how to get them to feel close to you so they want to buy something, which, by the way, works for every single type of sales. You can sell anything that way. You can get anybody to like you that way. Okay. Pro tip. Number 4, the attitude of a top tier chatter. Top tier chatters want to be the best every day. So I post a competition in my group every single day of the rankings of the previous day in sales. There's many reasons that I do that. One of the reasons is because I want to encourage competition between the chatters. Because I know, after working in sales for almost 15 years, I know that the top people, one of the reasons, if not the main reason, why they like being at the top is because they like the ego boost of being at the top. And let's be honest, right? Like, egotistical assholes are not a very common thing. Yeah, they're like a couple here and there. You know them when you see them. But just have the desire to be the best for some reason. Okay. It has to come from ego. Really, it just has to come from ego. Because with sales, you can make enough money being slightly above average and be fine and not need to be the best. But I'm talking about top tier chatters. Okay. This is an attitude of a top tier chatter. The guy at the top is at the top every single day because he likes seeing his fucking name at the top. He likes the recognition from the people who are below him, who are like, oh my God, you're so good. How did you do this? Tell me how you did that. I can't believe it. Every day you're at the top. Oh, who's number one today? Oh, it's this guy. Obviously, right? And you need to want that to be you if you want to be the best. It has to be the case. If you want to be in order to be champion, you have to want to be champion. Nobody's accidentally champion. That's not how it works, because it is going to require a lot of fucking work every single day, more than you would ever, want to do like a normal person, because you have to want to be the best every day. Number 5, attitude of a top tier chatter is that you believe whether or not you sell is up to you and not external forces. Okay. Top tier chatters, I can put them on any account and they will sell. I can put them on accounts of unattractive girls. I can put them on accounts of with no traffic. I can put them on any account and they will figure out a way to sell. They will figure it out because they believe that whatever happens, if they sell, is up to them. And whether or not that's true, right? Whether or not that's true. If I say to somebody, let's say I take 2 people. Let's take, I guess we'll use chatting as an example. Let's say chatting, and let's say one account is like a super hot girl and she's got the most fans and she's got traffic and but the chatter is, he sucks, right? Compare him to a chatter who's a fucking killer, who is an ace, who will just sell anything to anybody and knows how to get the money. And I put him on an account of a girl who's unattractive, has, let's say, enough subs for him to work with, for him to talk to, but 2 new subs a day. That guy will sell more than the first guy just because he has better habits and better fundamentals. And then the ultimate combination is when you put a killer like that on a really good account and it's all over. But the point is that you have to believe, and this is advice for life in general, you have to believe that what happens to you in life is reliant on you. It's not the weather. It's not the electricity. It's not where you were born. It's not what language you speak. Because if you believe those things, then you're giving yourself a pathway to accept mediocrity, and you're giving yourself a pathway to accept failure. And top tier chatters do not do that. Top tier chatters have the belief that however they perform, whatever result they get is because of them and only them. Okay, so I really hope that you adopt these attitudes, the attitudes of a top tier chatter. They will definitely help you in your job, and they will also help you in life in other areas. Cool. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.